Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines for the day: a new superintendent in Jackson County. We've got the details on that. Plus, a local organization is fighting human trafficking, and fugitives from North Carolina are still at large. All this coming up today on Live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day, good news: a new superintendent has been appointed to the Jackson County Public Schools. Jackson County Board of Education is pleased to announce the appointment of Mrs. Renee Smith as the new superintendent. Mrs. Smith brings with her 25 years of experience from Clay County Public Schools, where she started as a classroom teacher for 13 years before transitioning to the role in central office. During her 12 years in the central office, Renee held pivotal positions including assessment coordinator, school safety coordinator, district technology coordinator, and Title I coordinator. Mrs. Smith expresses enthusiasm for her new role and is eager to contribute to the continued success and advancement of Jackson County Public Schools. The Jackson County Board of Education also extended gratitude to Mr. Mike Smith for his dedicated service to the Jackson County Public School system. Congratulations to students in that area. Well, human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal industry in the world, generating more than $150 billion every year. One local organization has been fighting to help keep females of abuse and human trafficking safe, and are currently in the process of building a home in Berea to house those specific victims. WBON TV's Michael Watkins spoke to someone who has been on the front line of this fight to get more information.
There are plenty of things that we might not want to discuss in normal conversation with friends or coworkers. You're probably tired of discussing COVID-19, the presidential race, maybe even Coach Cal. But some things need to be talked about more, like child sexual abuse, which we've all probably heard about, but how much do we really know? According to the website victimsofcrime.org and a study done by David Finkelhor, a director of the Crimes Against Children Research Center, 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys are a victim of child sexual abuse. Self-report studies show that 20% of adult females and 5 to 10% of adult males recall a childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incident. During a one-year period in the U.S., 16% of youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Over the course of their lifetime, 28% of U.S. youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. And children are most vulnerable to CSA between the ages of 7 and 13. According to a 2003 National Institute of Justice report, 3 out of 4 adolescents who have been sexually assaulted were victimized by someone they knew well. Here locally, Redeeming Hope has been trying to provide help and hope to young women who have been abused or involved in human trafficking. Their mission is to provide a safe and stable home environment for sexually exploited teenage girls.
We are building a home for girls ages 14 to 18 that's been human trafficked or sexually exploited. We are right now just making people, while we're waiting on building the home, we're making people aware of the inhumane evil that is going on with human trafficking. Kentucky actually ranked number 9 in the nation for human trafficking in 2019, and we're expected, there hasn't been another report since COVID, but we're expected to be higher than that now.
Lisa Foster got involved in the fight against children abuse and trafficking after her daughter was murdered here in Richmond around 2 years ago. She said after that, she searched for something to fill that void and asked God to give her something to do for Him. Shortly after that, she got a call from a ministry that was fighting for young people, and she decided to join in on the cause.
One of the worst things going on right now is human trafficking online. So the predators will get on there and they'll take up to a year to, they look at your child like it's an investment. So they'll take up to a year to groom them, to make them think, oh, you know, I'm the only one you can trust, you know, I love you, we're going, you know. So they build up trust from these kids online, and then they end up, you know, passing them off. But a horrific thing around here and other areas too, I'm sure, is about 50% of it's coming from the parents are selling their kids for drugs and money, and some of the things you can watch for are just the kids maybe that won't look you in the eye or won't talk to you, or some that have, depending on what age they are, some that have more money than they should have, or just really have no voice for themselves.
Currently, Lisa is helping to spearhead the building of a home near Church on the Rock in Berea that would home female victims across the state of Kentucky who have been involved in human trafficking or sexual abuse. Redeeming Hope is hosting a live auction next Friday, June 28th at 6:30 in hopes of raising more money to help build that home. There will be tons of items up for auction, including local oil changes, restaurant gift cards, Keeneland and Churchill Down tickets, movie passes, and even several trips and overnight stays, including one at the Kentucky Castle, Gatlinburg, cabin rentals at Lake Cumberland and Red River Gorge, and so much more. For more information, you can contact Lisa at 859-582-1010 or join them next Friday for the auction at the Church on the Rock, located at 1049 Richmond Road North in Berea. If you'd like to get involved in the fight against child abuse and trafficking, visit redeeminghopeby.org. For WBON TV 9, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael, for that report. Well, a 38-year-old man was hospitalized after reportedly being struck by the Banshee roller coaster at Kings Island Wednesday night. According to Mason police, the man sustained critical injuries. Kings Island released a statement indicating that the man had entered a restricted area near the Banshee around 8 p.m. Witnesses reported that he informed a ride greeter that he needed to retrieve something he lost on the ride, but was told he would have to wait until the ride closed for assistance. Despite this, the man allegedly continued to near the ride and eventually entered a restricted gate. Witnesses noted that his attire resembled that of a Kings Island employee, leading some to initially mistake him as a park manager or worker. The incident reportedly occurred when the Banshee rider in the front row likened the impact to hitting a deer. The injured individual was promptly transported to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for treatment. The investigation of the accident is ongoing, and park personnel and local authorities. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more live.
Celebrate your Independence Thursday, July 4th at Lake Reba Park from 5 until 10 for the City of Richmond's 4th of July celebration. Food trucks, beer, wine, and other vendors, and inflatables at 5. Live entertainment will also begin at 5 with Tyler Deaver taking the stage, followed by AC Unit and the Distractions will perform at 8, ending with a spectacular fireworks show that will begin at 10. Paradise Cove will have free swim from 4 to 7, and Adventure Falls will have free mini golf from 4 to 11. Did I mention free parking? Happy birthday, America.
Hey y'all, it's Josh
And Greg from Hicks & Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
You know, those giant law firms love to brag about how many billions they've won. But what's important to us is winning the support of our Kentucky community and fighting for justice for our clients.
We are grateful you voted us Best Law Firm in the 2024 Smiley Pete Best of Lexington contest. At Hicks & Funson, you're more than a dollar sign and more than just a number.
So if you've been injured and you prefer local instead of large, call 859-777-7000 or visit honestfearless.com.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in.
We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9, where every local story starts here. Another hot day here in the Bluegrass. We've got Cassie Clavin in the Weather Center going to tell us all about the forecast.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. I'm meteorologist Cassie Clavin. Thanks so much for tuning in. What a beautiful day today. Plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures were nice and warm, very summer-like. As we kicked off our first day of summer today, as it is the summer solstice, meaning it's the longest day of the year today, this Thursday, and it felt like summer out there. Felt like summer today, and it's going to continue to feel like summer as we head into the weekend, as we are going to be feeling the heat. We'll get to enjoy more sunshine with that, thanks to mainly dry conditions before a better chance of some showers and storms. That looks like it's going to roll in Sunday and then stick around as we head into next week. But let's take a look at what's going on as we talk the heat, because that is going to be our biggest concern as we head into the next several days, starting with the day on Friday, as temperatures are going to be feeling like they're in the 70s already at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., closer to 80 by 9 a.m. And then that heat is going to move in quickly. The afternoon temperatures are going to feel as though they are in the mid to upper 90s for many, even nearing the triple digits, feeling like it's about triple digit heat out there. It is going to be hot, and we'll feel this heat as we head into at least Saturday, even into Sunday. Those heat index values going to be in the 90s before we start to feel more of those comfortable temperatures as we head into early next week. So heat going to be the biggest concern as we head through the next few days. Let's take a look at some of the temperatures. First thing, Friday morning temperatures going to be sitting about 70 into the low 70s. And then Friday afternoon, actual air temperature going to be in the 90s, although, like I mentioned earlier, feeling much warmer. We'll be mainly dry Friday, Saturday before we start to see some showers and storms Sunday, Monday. Back to you, Gwendolyn.
Thanks, Cassie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out your Facebook page and WBONTV.com. One story we've been following here on Live at 5, the search for 43-year-old Nathan Ginter, a fugitive from South Carolina, has intensified again in Harrison County. U.S. Marshals have increased the reward for information leading to his arrest from $5,000 to $10,000. Ginter is wanted on charges including abuse of a child and failure to appear in court. Authorities believe he is accompanied by 32-year-old Riley Pearson, also from the Carolinas, who is suspected of aiding Ginter. Law enforcement efforts have focused on the Leesburg community near the Scott-Harrison County line, particularly around the Hidden Lake Farm campground where Ginter was initially located. He is described as armed and dangerous. Ginter and Pearson should not be approached. Instead, individuals who spot them are urged to contact 911 immediately. Anyone with information relevant to the case is encouraged to reach out to the U.S. Marshals. That phone number, 887-926-9332. Just call 911. That'll be the fastest way to get help. Well, a fatal two-car crash occurred on Wednesday afternoon in Laurel County. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office reported that the accident happened around 2:30 on Kentucky 638, roughly 1.5 miles east of London. Investigators believe a Chevy Malibu driven by 64-year-old Edith Taylor was exiting a parking lot and collided with a Ford pickup traveling on the road. Ms. Taylor was taken to a nearby hospital, but later pronounced deceased. A 7-year-old passenger in the Malibu sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was also transported to a local hospital. Another fatality as a fatal motorcycle accident occurred on Wednesday in Danville. That's according to Danville Police Department. Emergency crews responded to a crash on the 800 block of Maple Avenue around 5:30 p.m. Investigators determined that a 2017 Toyota RAV4 exiting Bob Allen Motor Mall onto Maple Avenue collided with a 2001 Suzuki GSXR 600 traveling south on Maple Avenue. The RAV4 allegedly entered the motorcycle's lane, causing that crash. Both drivers reportedly attempted to avoid the collision. The driver and passenger of the RAV4 were not injured. The motorcyclist and the passenger were transported to a local hospital before being airlifted to the University of Kentucky. While both wore helmets, the passenger, identified as 19-year-old Aubrey Carroll, succumbed to her injuries. The Danville Police Department is investigating that accident. Well, an Ohio County grand jury has indicted 4 people in the disappearance of Maya Rudd. Court officials state that Tesla Tucker, Cage Rudd, Ricky Smith, and Brody Payne were each indicted on the following charges: engaging in organized crime, criminal abuse of a child, enhanced trafficking of meth, 3 counts of convicted felon in possession of a handgun, trafficking marijuana, enhanced drug possession, wanton endangerment, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, trafficking in a legend drug, and failure to report a death. Mia Rudd, an 8-month-old infant, was first reported missing more than 2 weeks ago this past Friday, according to the Kentucky State Police. Her remains were located inside the family's home in Reynolds Station. The condition of the home was reportedly horrible, with drugs in plain view. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Dawson Rule up next with your sports report, all here live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When the possibility for severe weather is a threat, it pays to have an expert on your side. Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration want you to know that your home is their top priority. When the storms have left you with more questions than answers, Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration is there to walk you through the process and offer free roof inspections and estimates. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, commercial and residential. Trust Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration. Like them on Facebook to learn more.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Oh, welcome back to Live at 5. Today on Sports, check out a feature story on the Berea College basketball camp and more local sports. Here's Dawson.
Now that the Kentucky baseball season is 100% complete, as they finished 4th in the College World Series, we have time to look back on season accolades of the best year in school history. UK's Batcats finished 46-14, which was the most wins in school history. Head coach Nick Mingione now is the second winningest coach in school history. One more shout out to this amazing team who went on a historic run. Earlier today, I went down to the 2024 edition of the Berea Men's Basketball Rolling Wheel Relay Camp and did a short story on it. Here is that camp recap. In Berea, Kentucky, the community has a tight-knit, small-town feel. This translates well to the sports community, and this week at Berea College, the Roland Weirwilly Basketball Camp was underway. Coaches, players, and local legends such as Cecil Green, who was volunteering to pump basketballs for every camper, were all involved in making this camp another fun one for local youth.
Great turnout for our small community here, and just to be able to get this thing going again this year, it's been really exciting.
Head coach of the Berea men's basketball team, Austin Newton, was a key figure in bringing back this camp after many years of it not being in place. So many years, in fact, that kids participating in this year's camp had parents participating as children 20+ years ago, when the camp was originally still around.
I'm getting to that age where a lot of these kids' parents grew up in Berea, and that's all they talked about when I got the job was coming to this camp, how much fun it was. So just the ability to bring that back and see the joy on the parents' faces, even more than the kids, it's really cool to see.
Coach Newton knows that this camp is having a positive impact on the children participating, naming all the fun activities they've gotten to do so far this week.
5-on-5, 3-on-3, 1-on-1. Went to the cafeteria on campus today. That's always the favorite day with the ice cream machine. Tomorrow we'll have a big award ceremony at the end of the camp. But there's been a lot of fun, a lot of fellowship, a lot of skills, and new friendships made.
For Channel 9 Sports reporting in Berea, I'm Dawson Rule. It was sure a good time had by all. A local golfer from the Lexington area was just honored as a Wildcat. Four-time University of Kentucky women's golf record holder Lainey Fry has been named a Golf Week All-America Honorable Mention. Lainey concluded her season with a 71-stroke average on 10 tournaments and 29 rounds, which is the second-best single-season stroke average in program history. That comes only behind her school record of 70.9, which she set last season. I wanted to feature at least one more day of the EKU receiving corps that came over to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show on Monday.
But you guys are still a unit. Right. How do you mix that in and get your touches, but also help the team with blocks or other things like that?
Can't really be selfish. You just got to know that the ball going to go around. It's going to be spread evenly. Well, not really evenly, but, you know, everybody going to get their touches. So as long as you make the most out of your touches and do your 111, like Jeremiah said last week, we'll be all right.
Thanks. Yeah, you just do your job and the ball's going to come your way. So if you block for your teammate, you're going to get some love and score some touchdowns, get some catches. So
thanks.
That'll be all for today's Sports Report. This is Dawson Rule with Madison County Sports Coverage.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports update. We're going to take a quick break, right back with more news here live at 5.
Richmond's very own TV station signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9.2 with the Buzzer network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland network with classic classic country and southern gospel music, the Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4. That's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the over-the-air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Watch the Real McCoys weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on Heartland.
Family known as the Real McCoys.
Watch Laugh-In on Retro TV, Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 8.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel Now. Now we bring you a story from the Office of the Kentucky Attorney General. Attorney General Russell Coleman announced earlier that 51 organizations across Kentucky have been awarded a total of $12,029,053 in grant funding from the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. The purpose of these funds is to bolster prevention, treatment, and enforcement efforts in the battle against opioid abuse. General Coleman made an appearance at Lexington's Deviate Kitchen to make the announcement. Deviate Kitchen is a second chance employer for those in the early stages of recovery. Received a preventative grant for more than $150,000 to establish an employee success mentorship program. Earlier this month, the Commission voted to approve the grant awards after considering more than 160 applications seeking over $85 million. The Commission is responsible for distributing the Commonwealth's share of nearly $900 million recovered in opioid settlements. Another note we mentioned yesterday, I wanted to bring it to your attention again today, that there will be cooling stations available in Richmond. That was today, and tomorrow will be open again. It's going to be at the First Christian Church right here in Richmond. That's 412 West Main Street in Richmond. That will be tomorrow from noon to 5. If you have any questions about that, you can contact Madison Home. That phone number 859-800-0068. Also tomorrow, if you're looking to cool off, they're going to have that free swim tomorrow at the Paradise Cove. That is going to be open to the public for those up until it gets to capacity. Again, that's the free swim tomorrow from 4 to 7, weather permitting. Thanks so much for joining us today, Live at 5. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be out tomorrow. Michael Watkins in the anchor seat tomorrow. See you next week.